What's the fastest way to know if your business can take a hit and survive it? Now, most owners would say cash, sales, pipeline, but the real answer in my book is profit. Not because profit is the leftover at the end, but because profit is the clearest signal of how resilient your business model really is running. And keeping profit first in mind is a sure way to plan for the future growth of your business. It's Saturday, September 6, 2025, and I'm Randy Bridges. Welcome to this week's strategic briefing, where we take a deep look at the critical issues facing business owners and uncover the moves that top CEOs use to scale with confidence. Here's the challenge a lot of the owner clients I work with have to overcome. They treat profit like a scoreboard. They wait until the end of the month or the quarter to check the number. But by then, it's too late. Profit isn't just money in the bank. It's a resilience test. It tells you how well your business absorbs shocks, whether you can handle a lost client, a supplier delay, or a market shift without collapsing. Without resilience, growth feels fragile. One bad week, and the whole thing goes all to heck. So let's look at the 3 profit signals that are built to help you increase your resilience. Signal number 1, the health of your decisions. Every choice you make leaves a trace on profit. Pricing, hiring, investments, they either strengthen resilience or weaken it. If profit isn't improving, it's a sign your decision filter is off. You're adding activity, not necessarily value. Signal number 2, the strength of your leadership system. Profit also exposes leadership bottlenecks. When projects stall because they're waiting on you, or when approvals choke the flow, your profit dips. Not because the sales disappeared, but because capacity became jammed. Profit reflects not just numbers, it also reflects the trust and ownership inside your team. And signal number 3, the resilience of your model. This is a big one. Profit is the clearest indicator of whether your business model is sturdy or fragile. If a small disruption, whether it's a late shipment, a client churn, or a slow receivable, causes your margins to collapse, you don't have a sales problem, you have a resilience problem. Resilient models create buffer and bounce, what Taylor Welch calls a moat. They absorb shocks and they keep you moving, but fragile ones crack under pressure. That's why CEOs who scale obsess over their profit, not just as money, but as a signal of whether the model can hold solid. So let's look at a resilience audit, a simple way to put this to work. Pull last quarter's profit numbers. Find one point where the profit dipped. Ask yourself, was it a decision failure, a leadership choke, or a fragile model? Then ask yourself, if this same hit happened tomorrow, could my business absorb it, or would it break? This single question changes everything. Now, one action where CEOs usually stumble is in treating profit like leftover cash instead of a stethoscope. They miss the early signs of weakness, thinking sales will solve fragility. More volume on a weak model just breaks it faster. Cutting costs blindly, savings that weaken capacity make the model less resilient and not more. And ignoring small cracks. By the time those cracks widen, the structure is already compromised. Now, these mistakes don't just hurt today's numbers. They make the business brittle over time, unable to flex when pressure comes. Now, as a closing perspective, profit isn't just money that's left over. Profit is the resilience in disguise. It tells you whether your systems and decisions are sharp, Your leadership is strong, and your model can bend without breaking. The difference between a fragile business and a scalable one is whether you listen to what profit is telling you. While fragile businesses survive by luck, resilient businesses scale by design. Now, if you want to see where your business is fragile and to design a profit system that makes your business resilient to disruptions, book a maximum business impact session. We'll run a profit x-ray, spot the weak points, and build a 30-day plan to strengthen your model. For now, I'm Randy Bridges, and thank you for joining me on this week's Strategic Briefing.